Jacob, the supplanter. This quarter we study the book of Genesis. It's an important study as it helps us understand our origins and also the path that it took for God to re-establish a relationship with humanity to provide a path for restoration. We looked through some pivotal moments in human history. The last 3 weeks we looked at Abraham and his journey with God, which had major implications for all of us in regards to faith, relationship with God, and a promise for future. Isaac was a miracle baby, a special gift from God and a big symbol for grace. The next 2 weeks we will focus on Jacob, one of his sons. This lesson is centered on his development as character and a person. The lesson goes through Jacob's family, his deception, his runaway and encounter with God, his experience with his uncle Laban, the formation of his own family, and then leaving to return back home. These are some crazy stories, but the key there is the development of Jacob in his relationship with God and the roots in the formation of the future nation. I will go through this lesson in 2 parts: the story or the stories, and then the points that I take from it. Please read Genesis 25 to 30 to get better idea about the story and the details. It's worth it. In brief, Jacob and Esau were twins with very different characters. Esau was the firstborn, but Jacob was holding him by the heel. Esau was tough hunter, while Jacob was a mild person, staying more home and reflecting. Jacob was second, but not satisfied with that. He traded his brother's birthright and played his father to give him the blessing designated for Esau. The lesson calls him the supplanter, the one who displaced, who took the place reserved for someone else. Then he had to run for his life. He went to his mother's brother, his uncle Laban, but on the way he met God in a dream in a place he called Bethel, or the house of God. He makes his way to Laban, who accepts him, offers him place to stay and work, but then tricks him by making Jacob marry his older daughter first, tricks him to stay and work 7 more years for the love of his life. The family drama continues with the growth of Jacob's newly formed family and the birth of several children through his wives and their servants. Life is complicated. Jacob then wants to return home and negotiate the terms with Laban. Then the journey back begins, but this will be covered more next week. So, what are some of the main points that I take from all of that? It seems that Jacob and his mother Rebecca were working for the right thing. Jacob was to be the one through whom the promise to Abraham was going to be fulfilled, but they were doing it completely wrong way. The future father of the nation through which Messiah will come had to learn some fundamental settings in the relationship with God. In the dream, while running to Laban, he saw a ladder connecting earth and heaven. When we are trying to reach heaven, we build towers of Babel. This is what our efforts do. Access to God happens when we open to Him, when He reaches to us. This is not something that one can understand and apply in his life in a moment just like that, but it's a seed that grows and starts a transformation within. We can see that when the deceiver Jacob got deceived by Laban, he accepted it and walked the way. When the time came and he wanted to go home, he took initiative but waited for God to show the time and the moment for the journey back. It took time and some painful experiences, but God found ground and openness in Jacob. There was some mess of human relationships and some very dysfunctional family, but Jacob was blessed and God made him successful, blessed him with many children and a family for a wild journey. What will I take from this lesson in one sentence or one tweet? Hashtag lesson in one. Jacob was ambitious and motivated, but created a mess. Yet he was open for God and engaged in a journey with Him. He remained proactive, but learned to carry his burden and to follow the leadership of God. Next week, we will continue with Jacob-Israel.